You guys, it's time. It's live time. Well, hello there. Come on in, kids. It's time. Oh, sweet mother. What's up, everybody? Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. You little space farts. Where are you checking in from? Some aloha vibes. Thank you. Thank you for that. Whoa, swipe right to... TikTok's telling me to do things. Swipe left to close. Okay, welcome to TikTok. Have fun interacting. Oh, I can see like fat comments. That's nice. Maui, it actually shows me big ass comments now. I can read. Articuria? Arcturia. Where is that? Technically tied? What? I'm having a swell day. It is beyond... I can't even tell you the swellness factor of today. Oh, sweet mother. Sweet mother and buttery baby Jesus. Like, it was a good one. I might tell you about it. But you gotta hang out. All right, we got some, It's a Planet. Oh, cool. How'd you get TikTok to beam here so quick on your planet? Talking. TikToking. You are a space fart, you know. Infinitesimal space fart. Really, if you think about it. Just this little blip of energy floating around on a little spinning rock and then infinite void. Ooh. You beam here. Well, that's what TikTok's for. Yeah. Sweet, but I have this one GIF saved in my favorites. You guys know. You know the rules. You know, you save the really good ones for later. If anyone's seen this GIF, please tell me. And I wish we could share GIFs. You're welcome, user 333555793. I'm doing really well. I'm going to tell you about how well. Maybe not all the way because it's like client stuff, so I can't like share everything, but I'll tell you the story of today. Anyway, I was talking about this GIF, guys. Let's talk about the important stuff. Thank you for the roses. My little heart is bursting. I can't even deal. Stop. I can't look. Okay, thank you. Whew. It's getting warm. This GIF. I'm trying to tell about the best GIF I have saved in my favorites. And do you pronounce it GIF or GIF? That's the thing. Anyway, it's this little baby Jesus. Mary's like holding a little baby Jesus, like statue. And somebody comes in, this hand comes in with a bunch of syrup, and it pours it all over baby Jesus, and it goes, sweet baby Jesus. And it's my favorite GIF of all time. Ready to hear about GIF or GIF? I always call it GIF because that's just the way I pronounce it. I got this hat from, hey, hello there, child. Jenny Rose, 1998. Were you born in 98? I graduated high school in 97. This is a hippie hat. See how it says Starseed backwards? That's how you know it's a hippie hat. I got it from a hippie named Augie, who's actually, he's a good hippie, like for real. He's got love in his eyes, you know? I just like it because it's all pink and dumb, you know? Have I ever been to Grapehorn? I don't know where Grapehorn is. Born in 98. What's up? What's up, 98? Yeah, when are you guys born? 97? I graduated high school and I've been playing guitar longer than you've been alive. Have I ever been to the Gorge? 96, 98? Oh, God. Oh, 99? Where's my old talkers at, you know? 98? Fuck, guys. 75. There's my old talkers. What's up? What's up, old talk? I knew you guys were in here. Whew. My little heart was beating there for a second. 93. Fuck. You guys are here? Okay, you're not giving up the date? That's how we know it's old talk. Damn, we got a bunch of 90s. Okay, can I tell you guys about the 90s? It wasn't as cool as you guys all think. I mean, it was cool. Don't get me wrong. It was cool as shit because I was there. But 2005? What was grunge like? Can I tell you about grunge, you guys? You guys want to know what's up with grunge? I'm going to tell you a little something about grunge, okay? I didn't do this for grunge's sake. That was actually my daughter painting my nails. The other day I was like half asleep out in the yard. We were like laying in the grass and vibing out, doing springtime stuff. The chickens were wandering around. And she's like, can I paint your nails? And I was like, fuck yeah, you can paint my nails. Like, whatever you want, kid. You're rad. And so she painted my nails. And they're still there like 2 weeks later. This stuff doesn't come off. Like this finger I play guitar with a lot. Picking. And it's come off on that one. But nail polish just sort of stays. It looks like shit now, really, honestly. I need to get this reworked. But, hey, thanks for the panda. What are the conspiracy theories like in the 90s? It's like same shit, different days. We're going to talk about grunge, though, okay? Because conspiracy theories are for conspiracists. Did we all see Will Smith smack Chris Brown? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to that shit. Okay, grunge, right? There was this thing, right? All of our parents were doing the 80s thing. And, like, there's the cool 80s, right? The 80s you think of, like, I'm going to get some teased up hair and some spandex and some leg warmers. And that's pretty sick. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm into it. Still kind of, I have a couple of, I actually have a pair of, they're like pink zebra leggings. They don't fit good. They're really shitty. I got them on Amazon, but they were for a party. So, you know, I have a few random things in the closet. It was a good party too. It was great. Anyway, the 80s. There was the cool stuff of the 80s, but man, it was like, get more stuff, do like, just like over consumerism bullshit, like just massive, everything was all about like high power this, high power that, and all of our parents were all worked up about, you know, their little white picket fences and bullshit, and it was like the machine had gotten everybody, right? McDonald's better in the 90s. I don't know. Anyway, it was just this like bullshit machine. Like everybody's like coked up and stupid. Well, everybody's coked up now. But us grunge kids were like, this sucks. I don't want to do this. Like this is stupid, right? And then also Nirvana came out. I'm like, oh yeah. Like Weezer and stuff. Oh, it was great, right? This is great. Not that Weezer was real grunge, but you get the idea. Blue Album, okay? Keep it clean, the Blue Album. Pinkerton was pretty sick too. The later stuff's not so great, but that's okay, I still love them. Anyway, we were just over it, you know? We were over all the, you gotta look this way, and you gotta be this way, and do this thing. And so we just, Pearl Jam, yup. In the garage, yes, oh, Weezer. Only in Dreams is honestly my favorite song of all time. That one still, that tickles me right in the tickle spots, you know? When you're listening to it real loud, it just gets me every time, you know? Right in the tickle spots. That's what I'm saying. Pinkerton wasn't that bad, you know? So, thank you for that. Anyway, we just were sick of it. And we just started, like, nobody wanted to dress up anymore. Nobody wanted to play the stupid game. And we all just went to thrift stores. And, like, I remember there was this shop called Family Bargain Center in Mira Mesa where I grew up, like the area. It was just kind of like suburbs, you know? And it was like it was like $5 or less store kind of vibe, like this really shitty clothes. And I would just buy these like really shitty, oversized, baggy button-up shirts with like baggy shorts and rocking like unlaced combat boots we got from the surplus store. And it's honestly like the same kind of styles that are around today, like all the grunge stuff and kind of like weird goth kid grunge vibes. And we were just thrashing about, you know, painting our nails and rocking it. It was great. Skating and having a good old time. And then what happened? What fucking happened, kids? Right? And at that time, it was like, fuck you guys. Like, we just want to slay, right? We're done with this shit. But what happens, right? And listen, all you 90s babies, you listen to me. Don't you buy into that machine, right? Because we all got sucked right back into it, right? Conditioning from our parents, society, school, It was like, yeah, we're going to fuck this shit up. But then all of a sudden it was like, well, I got to get a job and I got to be a doctor and a lawyer kind of thing. Like the same old story. It's like in our bones. You can't help it. And everyone gets sucked back in. And now, what are we doing? What have we been doing? It's like the same bullshit all over again. What is society doing? Same bullshit. Like same big old, everybody's all mad on this side of the political spectrum and that side of the political spectrum and getting all worked up about everything, you know. And now I see this resurgence of grunge. Like I hang out at the skate parks a lot because I love it. And skating back. I thought she almost said skanking, and I was like, did you listen to ska? Like I went to a No Doubt show, right? Can I tell you about that? That wasn't very, it was kind of like punk rock-esque, sort of. That was more in the 90s. And I remember, right, there was like a group of us were going to go. It was like No Doubt and Goldfinger, I think. It was like that weird era of like pop punk, ska, core stuff. And, oh yeah, Gwen Stefani was there. And we were like, me and like some of the friends, it was probably like three dudes and maybe like 4 or 5 gals. We all went and like rallied up and we're like, let's go. Went to Soma. It was like this sketchy, like all ages club thing. Big old venue, like crowd surfing, mosh pits galore. It was great. You're getting punched in the face. Like do not like sit down on any surfaces because it's covered in some unknown substance, you know, that you're going to stick to and or get a disease from. Goldfinger. Yeah, Goldfinger was pretty sick. Anyway, I remember thinking with the dude friends, we were like, there's going to be a lot of hot girls here because Gwen Stefani is hot. And you know who went to this show? A bunch of sweaty dudes. It was just a bunch of horny, sweaty dudes. The whole fucking crowd was just horny, sweaty dudes and like 3 girls. And it was not cool, you know. It was like mosh pitting with a bunch of like flaccid... I remember my friend Nate got out of that show. And he walked outside, right? We're all sweaty. I mean, just sweaty as could be. You'd jam us in there like sardines. They didn't care. There wasn't no laws back then. We would just jam in these venues and just thrash about. And he got outside and he was like... He's like, oh! He's like, oh, dude, somebody's BO's on my shirt. And he like ripped off because he was standing next to some sweaty dude that like BO'd all over him and his whole shirt was soaked in it. And he like ripped his shirt off in the parking lot and it was like thrashing about. Oh, it was so funny. We didn't stop laughing for days. Anyway, let's talk about the grunge. We're back on the grunge. So, a mosh pit at like a No Doubt show was great because it was like half like skank, ska, dancing around and half like punching people in the face, throwing some elbows and things. I can't tell you how many times I've been, maybe 2 times I've gotten like a real punch in the face in a pit, like full on, like a smasher, you know what I mean? And, Toadies. Oh man, there were so many rattled bands. We went to a lot of like underground local bands, No Knife. Oh, Rocket from the Crypt. Dude, that band was so killer live. Look up Rocket from the Crypt, Scream Dracula Scream right now on your Spotify and just prepare yourself for a possible erection. It's that good. Anyway, I see this grunge movement coming back with the kids at the skate park. Thank you for the late birthday. Appreciate that. It's my birth month, so that's good enough. And here's what I love. And I don't know what it's like. And you guys fill me in if you 90s babies are still hanging out. Fill me in what it's like in your hood. Because in Encinitas hood and the skate parks and things, you still got that like kind of punk skate park culture. But there's so much more with like the youth of today. There's so much more like cool vibes. It's like grunge is back. Everybody's doing the grunge thing. Getting all scrappy. Wearing all kinds of crazy shit. Am I 24 or 50? Yeah, it's kind of somewhere in between. And it's like all of that, like, fuck this is back, which I love, right? Everyone's like, all the kids are just like, oh, this is stupid. All this run around and all this bullshit is stupid. But the difference is everybody's kind of cool about it, at least in our hood. Everyone's like nice. instead of being like, oh, fuck you, this is stupid, they're like, hey guys, like, this is stupid, let's just be nice to each other and let's be cool to each other. And there's like this boost up culture where I'll be skating through town and I'll do this exercise of, I'll just skate through, like I'll skate a long skate, like 10-mile skate, just a big long cruise, and go through like my favorite areas of town, and I'll make eye contact with everybody, just straight up, just like as I'm passing by, not like a big like creepo stare, you know, but I'm skating by pretty fast, and I'll just make eye contact. And I noticed that anybody in their like, you know, mid-20s to 40 to 45, like 50s, like instantly looks, the second I make eye contact with them, they're like, they look away. They just cannot deal with eye contact. They can't deal with being seen. And then occasionally you get somebody like some rattled gray-haired lady that's just, you can just tell she's a vibe, you know, she knows her shit. And you make eye contact with her and she looks back at you with that like glimmer in her eye and she's like, I see you there. And you're like, I see you there. And then you pass, you know, and it's like this little beautiful moment. But I tell you, all like the, like 15 years, 16 and under, even like some of the high school kids, you make eye contact with them and they will not break it. They'll just look right back at you and like smile, like, hey, they see you and they like smile. And I have had on multiple occasions somebody just yell out a random compliment. Hey, like your hair. Hey, like your hat. You know, just to like this little boost up. And I'm like, dude, the kids today are kind of fucking cool. Like they're not all dickish about it. And it's like, they're all grunge and gnarly and bringing back that like fuck you society thing, which I love. But they're being nice about it. And I'm like, I love that too. And I was like, I wish I was doing that again. That's way cooler than the way we did it. Anyway, what are you guys talking about? Anything cool? We are our own gods. We create our own realities. Yeah, sounds like good. Yeah, basically. We go to EDM shows now. Good. Tech house. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that. We need you. We need you. Love the fashionable again. Love is fashionable again. I was like, wait, fashion? What? Yeah. Yeah. It's like, why? Here's the thing with love, you guys, and pick some of this vibe up. For instance, I had an amazing fucking day, right? Did a healing session. It was like an emotional alchemy session extra. We did a whole day. My lovely Sarah and I, we did a whole day with a client, and he came in from Colorado, and we did just a really intense emotional alchemy session to help clear some traumas and things like that, and just to create this new way of being. And both Sarah and I, my lovely Sarah, were just kind of blown out. We had busy weeks, and we were like, we were tired. So we did what we know how to do best, and we fucked a little bit and like got our energy back up, right? And just got in the zone together. And then we were like, let's do this. Like got our, like intentionally just like reciprocal energy loop. And we're like, yes, let's do this. She went and worked out the deal with the airport, picked him up, came up here, and I can't read comments and tell a story at the same time. And we spent the whole day in love together, right? So in a space of love, of being good, working with the client. And we had this like reciprocal love thing between us, like even to the point where partway through in the session, one of it was a massage in there, and she's worked as a masseuse before, and I got the table set up and I'm playing guitar to Sarah, right, with client there, as part of like this, just bringing him into this gentle space to help him process a bunch of emotions out, doing some body work, things like that. And he's like crying, you know, she's like rubbing out all the stuff in his body, just like working him over. And I was playing guitar to her, he's like face down, and we were just like making eye contact and just like being in love together, even though we're like intentionally focusing our energy on this client. And it was so cool. It was like we stayed in the space of love the whole day, in ourselves, having the feeling within ourselves of just holding that space to help teach this guy who'd just been through a lot of traumas and bullshit in his life, and it didn't know how to feel okay, you know, didn't know how to feel loved. And so we were effectively modeling that and being that for him, while he was here, and we spent a lot of time just vibing out together, and like physical touch, like kind of cuddling, and just being in that space together, and doing emotional alchemy work and things like that. And we spent the whole day, like in love together. And I mean by that, like us in a space of love together with each other, working with this client. And man, we were by the end of the day, we worked hard too. We worked hard. Like we were doing work, helping transmute all this negative energy and helping him heal his shit. And by the end of the day, we went for a big old walk through Encinitas, just out in the sunshine, and got some food, and we were all together and vibing out, went to the meditation gardens and just kind of processing everything that we had worked through. And man, it was the end of the day, right? Long ass work day. Like we hustled, like we were in it the whole time. No real breaks or anything, just in it. And both of us were like, I have so much energy. I'm like ready to wrestle a bear right now, you know? So then we got naked again and had a great time real quick, you know? And she had to go get her kids, so when you're in love and you allow yourself to be in that state and to give to others, all it does is it's good for you. Like all it does is make you feel better. Oh, thank you for the little TikTok thingies. All it does is create a better space in you and help you feel better. So when you show another love and you're just fucking cool to another person, it's like almost selfish, you know? Not that you're trying to be selfish, but then that person figures out how to do it, and they're like, oh, I can just be okay, I can be cool. And then they feel it too, and it's this like reciprocal thing. It's just really beautiful. So I think that's part of we were talking about the recent grunge movement. Part of the thing with the recent grunge movement is to, instead of just like, oh, fuck you, society, it's like, oh, fuck you, society, love you. You know? And it's like, it's just a cool thing. So just go love people. Just be good to people. Like, it's okay. It makes you feel better. It makes them feel better. And then they like you, and then you're nice to them, and people are being less of a dick, and we got a big problem with that lately, society, for the last like million years. So just do that, guys. It's really, I mean, like the Beatles were all about that, and Jesus was all about that, and the Buddha was all about that. And it's like, it's okay to love people. You know, it's okay to be good to people, and I highly recommend it because it feels great, you know? What are you guys talking about? I can do this new thing where TikTok lets me swipe like that. I just give a little swipe, and I can see the comments, guys. They're big. I can't really see me, which is fine, but I can definitely see the comments, which is, I mean, honestly, you know, we were talking about this whole old talk thing and how I'm a little old. After TikTok, I can't read the comments. Have you ever felt like not being here anymore? Yeah. I felt like a few times in my life, I'm like, man, this is stupid. I like failed everything. Like, I'm just going to kill myself. And I was like, there was always some reason I didn't. And I never really got into like heavies of it. I never really struggled with that heavily, but it definitely like crossed my mind, you know, where I was like, this is dumb. Like, why am I doing this? But then I always thought, I was like, I'm not going to do this for my, you know, my friends, families, things like that. What's up, Mary? What? We can make the comments bigger. Yeah, you got TikTok swiped over, and if you like swipe right, it shows giant comments on your screen with you like dark in the background, and it's way better that way. If like you don't want to be here anymore, like, I mean, that's a feeling a lot of people have. You're not alone in that. Like probably a bunch of you were watching this, or probably, I mean, how many of you guys? Let's just be real here. You know, we don't got to bullshit. How many of you have ever felt like killing yourself? I know I have at moments of my life when it was like really dark and it was really down and it was like I didn't have like a nice crystal to sniff or something like that. Yeah, right? I mean, probably fucking everybody on here. And you can like fess up. It makes you feel better. That's cool. I think it's great to like show people support and not... Yeah, and it's fine if it's just like a thing and it happens. And even in the last year, I remember just some big shit went down. And, advice on asking a girl to prom. Anyway, some big shit went down, and I was like, really, God? Like, really, life? I was just like, for a moment, I was like, again? Like, what the fuck? And then I kind of snapped out of it. It got real dark for a second there. And I was dealing with a little bit of situational depression from some shit going down, and it just kind of got me for a second, you know? And I know that we feel those feelings, like so many of you feel those feelings. All right. Because we want alive, because we want to let go of resistance. Yeah, well, here's the thing about, so if you're in those feelings, like, I love you, like, you're okay. Like, I fully support you, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather you be here and heal those wounds and find peace within yourself and be love to others. You know what I mean? I love you. That's all I can say on that stuff. It's okay. It's okay to feel like that. People get it. All right, we're talking about asking someone to prom. Let's talk about asking this girl to prom. She isn't the most popular, and I'm scared of being judged. Hold on. Who fucking cares, right? Like, what's the point of going to prom? Have a good time. Go dance. Go be yourself. You know, whatever it is. The rest of your life, you're going to be working on figuring out how to not judge yourself and how to love yourself, right? So just start right now. If this chick's got some vibe and you're like, she's cool, go have a good time with her. Ask her to prom and have a blast with her. Because who fucking cares about people that are going to judge you? Like, are they really like somebody that you want in your life? Are they really somebody that you want like affecting your life? No, be you. Because the rest of you, I know it's like high school and whatever, and it's like you got to work all that shit out, but just do the things that you like. You know what I mean? Like, if she's got a vibe, like, get it. And trust me, listen to me. I'm in like cute ass Encinitas community with a bunch of the real pretty like spiritual girls and coaches and things. You know, the Instagram ones, everyone's like all done up, and it's like I've dated a few of them, and honestly, none of them are good in bed. They're like all like, oh no, look at my body. Everybody's like all worked up about it. It's just horrible. It's the most like, it's like, will you calm the fuck down and just be a person? Like, it's exhausting to have to uphold somebody's ego like that. So if you find somebody that is cool, like you just vibe with, that's way better than trying to find somebody that's going to make you look good. Because the whole point of you thinking you're going to look good is so then you can feel good. So if you just cut all that bullshit out of the middle and find something that makes you feel good, go with that and fuck everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, why would you even bother with that? Just follow your heart on this shit and be cool about it, you know? Anyway, I saw something else. I never went to prom and regret it. Just ask. Yeah, okay. Just curious, since you talk about them a lot, who is Sarah? Sarah is the lovely Sarah. Yeah, you guys want to see the picture? Oh, we took some really cute pictures today. Sarah is... Hold on, just... Everybody, talk amongst yourselves. Calm down. Sarah's this magical little being, right, that I found. Look at this. Hold on. I gotta swipe out of this so I can see. She's one of the moms at my kid's school, right? Look at us. Aren't we the cutest shit you've ever seen? Isn't she just like glowing? Anyway, she's a mom. My kids, Henry and Nellie are in class together. I'm gonna put it right here. Is that cool? You guys see that? Yeah, Sarah, chill out. Stay up there. Anyway, we met at a birthday party. Great. That was the worst fucking plan. Let me rework this. Everybody just talk amongst yourselves, okay? Is that good? Can you guys see that? I can't hear you. Anyway, I swear to God, I've told this story so many times, but I'm going to tell it again. Isn't she great? Oh, God, I took some pictures of her today. We got a whole bunch of pictures out in the yard, just all butt naked, laying out there. We have so much fun. It's just the best. What's up, Bree? Hey, how's the dog, Bree? Check in with the dog. Okay. You got this, bro. Yeah. Jono, just ask her out, dude. Yeah, look at all these people agreeing. It just feels good. Go for it. So, I'm not allowed to talk to regular people, right? Because as soon as I start talking, they're like, we're going to have a conversation. It's like, hey, how's the kids? How's it? And then I'm just like, did you know that you're just a space fart made of nothing but quarks and atoms and everything is bullshit, Just start ranting about something. I'll be at a kid's birthday party, right? And it's a Waldorf school, so they're pretty hippie about stuff. But still, they start making me piss. Okay, good. Homemate, Bree, you do your thing. You take care of those pets. I know you love them. Anyway, I started like, I'll be talking to somebody. I'm like, yeah, talking about how they're just like a nothingness of energy, and it's all their perspective, whatever, all the stuff I talk about. Anyway, they just start. I see them like, if you could, how do you describe it? If you could see like somebody turn inside out into their soul and try to escape a conversation backwards while removing themselves from, it's like that. You see it in their eyes, they're talking to you and then they're like, you get the idea. So I go to these kids' birthday parties and I just sort of do my thing, right? I skate around with the kids. I play with the kids. And then I'll go just sit and meditate in the grass. I'll just be sitting there just like vibing out, just doing my thing, just being Daniel, just sitting over there, just inward smile, probably an outward smile too. And this little cute yogi chick plops down next to me and she's like, do you remember me? And I was like, no. She's like, you helped me unload my car at my kid's birthday party 2 years ago. And I was like, I remember that. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, you're the one with the crazy eyes, like the overdone mom thing, like so blown out that didn't even know where you were. She's like, yeah, that was me. Anyway, we got talking and here we are. You guys have any questions? Oh yeah, the Earth is spinning in orbit of perfect pressure. Yeah. Start talking about something random like paper towels or butterflies or poison dart frogs. Yeah, obviously. They're great topics too. Like, who doesn't want to talk about a fucking poison dart frog, How long have you been in the space you're in? Sitting here, I've just started this TikTok like 33 minutes ago. Anyway, yeah, okay. Where are we at? Do you think Jesus was a real person? No, I mean like your happiness. Oh, proverbial space. Dingo. Awakening into happiness. I still feel like, or I just stay open to the fact that I'm not as happy as I possibly could be. I figure, once I figure out how to, like, turn into a beam of light and or quantum tunnel into anywhere into time and existence and or shoot lasers out of my dick, then I will have arrived. You know what I mean? Until then, I figure I got some work to do because I'm still expecting my reality to be a certain way. I still have some ego of form. I still have some bullshit to work through, and I just gotta, work it out. But I do like the happy space that I'm in. That happened. I don't exactly know when. I just like, whoosh. Oh yeah, aren't they the cutest? You guys want to see the picture again? I do. Oh God, if only I had fingernails. Well, I do, but they're painted and they're short. Oh fuck me, sideways. I'm gonna look at it for a second. God, we're so fucking cute. Look at this. Isn't that some love in the eyes, right? Yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit of the thing about love that Sarah taught me. I was creeping up on this concept, right? Really creeping up on it hard. I was like, okay, I'm almost there, but I hadn't quite made it. And Sarah, we were talking about it, and she's like, love is one of two things. Right? Like, love is a feeling. Love is a sensation. Love is like a state of being. But basically how it manifests in your life, just so we can understand it in human speak. Love is one of two things. It is either a give, I offer myself to you because I love you so much, or I receive in gratitude. That's always key. Thank you so much for your offer of you-ness. I appreciate you so much. Because anything other than that is going to be a judgment. And nobody likes being judged, and it pushes people away. Anything other than that is saying the person that you are is not good enough, and you need to change to fulfill something within me. Which is bullshit, because we're the only ones that fulfill it in us, because it's our system, it's our endocrine system firing our hormones to give ourselves the feelings in our body that manifest into like however we feel, our embodied state of being based on our thought processes, right? So if you're outside of that, if you're outside of I offer myself to you or I receive your love and thank you, you're judging. That's a tough cookie to swallow. That's what you get for watching my live. Bitches. Okay, back to whatever we were talking about. Birthday parties, space farts. Did anybody see my space fart video? Fess up. Okay. Oh wait, where are we at? How old when you found each other? Like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Cute couple. Okay, what do you think happens when you die? I'm pretty sure when you die, you can get... Wait, what else we got? Yeah. Oh, man, I love this Sarah. She's so good. We were talking about, like, awakening into happiness. It was just a process. I just had to have all my shit blown up, like, a couple times. And then I was like, oh, I'm the only common denominator here for all the good shit and all the bullshit. I'm literally doing this all to myself through my perspective. And then I was like, oh, I'm just going to be happy. So here we are. And also dealing with the traumas and wounds and all the stuff of life, all of the bullshit that I had gone through and healing my stuff, which is what I do for work now, helping other people walk through that process and be happy. I call it emotional alchemy. And it's a process of feeling deeply into your feelings, because your feelings, all the stuff going on inside of your body, are like 90% of your energetic experience. And your ego, your alpha waves of consciousness, are only about 10%. And so everything that you perceive through all of your senses and stuff like that get processed through your ego, your way things should be, your understanding. But you can feel much deeper into the experience. And you can unpack old traumas and bullshit and things that have been lingering around, like all of those yuck feelings and anxiety and shit. They're like these energetic memories in your body that you can absolutely like reprogram and bring yourself into a state of present awareness and into like this beautiful, beautiful state and just live there. So if anybody needs help and would like some emotional alchemy, I do that. The lovely Sarah also does it. We just had a client come in from Colorado today. Came in a couple days ago. He's visiting some friends, and then we worked with him all day today. And it was I'm blown out, but I'm so excited about it. It was just the raddest day. It was so good. Also, if you are young, like some of you 90s babies, and you're dealing with all your shit, like anxiety and traumas and things like that, and the stuff that makes you go, ugh, or I want to die and things, we're doing a group call on Tuesday. We're doing 2 different group calls, Sarah and I together, 4 people for a nominal price. If you hit up my website form and say I want to do the group call, we can still book you in there. It'll be over Zoom, and we will teach you the methods in group format, not a one-on-one interaction, or if you want a one-on-one interaction, that goes probably deeper faster when the group call will be spread out over a little bit longer, because it just takes a little bit longer to teach a group of people than one person one-on-one. Hit that website form up. Okay, what do you think happens when you die? I think that the most compelling evidence I've read or seen is in reincarnation. There's university studies. I can't remember the university. I read a book called Life Before Life that had over 2,500 solved cases where they got information from a child under the age of 3, where this kid was like, this isn't my family, like, where's my wife, or something, like said some weird shit. And they asked him some questions, and they got information, and they went and found like the village or town they lived in, and they found like their gravestone, or they found the wife they were talking about. They found a secret safe in the wall. They found all, like, solved, like, said, okay, this case is solved. Like, we found this person's previous incarnation. So after seeing all that evidence in that book, I was like, and it was like a university study, and I was like, that seems like a pretty plausible cause. So, yeah. What do you think of religion? I think that religion is always a limitation to the all, or to source, or to God, or whatever. That is the ego's way of trying to describe a greater whole. Somebody finds a new way to feel something. Oh, did you feel that? Oh, I sensed this thing. How did I do that? Okay, well, I meditated, or I prayed, or I got myself worked up doing some breath work, or singing and dancing around, or I sat with this tree, or I looked at the sun, and I said, okay, well, I felt this thing. Like, why are you so happy? Well, I feel this thing. Okay, you should try this. And then somebody else tries it. Oh, yeah, I feel that too. You feel that? And then, like, that, this, like, kind of collective consciousness thing. And then years later, somebody writes all that shit down and says, oh, this is the way you got to do it. And then someone figures out how to make money off of it. And then you're fucked. So, yeah, that's what religion's all about. It's a limitation. It's literally the original sin. The knowledge of good and evil. This is the way you do it. And the second you say, oh, this is the way you do it, you limit all of the other ways of God. You limit all of the other ways of source, of infinite, whatever fuckery, quantum mush that we're in. And you say, this is the way you do it. And that's literally the knowledge of good and evil, to say, I know better. I'm separate and I have to go through this to be. When being is simply being, and all of the roads should lead you back to a state of embodied being. So if anybody's saying you got to do this stuff and then eventually you will attain, you're fucked, because you're here right now. And the only thing you have to do is realize it. The only thing you have to do is be there. That's a tough one. I've made like 500 TikTok videos about it, but nobody's really picking it up yet. A couple of you guys are. Being okay with being imperfect? Yes. Yes. Lots of love. How are you older when you found each other? We were, she's 39 and I'm 42. All right, 43. I just was 42 recently, and now I'm 40. Wait, am I 42 or 43? I think I'm 43. Fuck. Does anybody remember how old I am? I know some of you might have been paying attention. I honestly, if it's 42 or 43. You work a job you hate to survive. It's so hard to find happiness in the state for me. Yeah, well, same for Narlap. Love, the greatest and most fulfilling emotion. Yeah, but you have to be it. You got to embody it. You can't demand it from somebody else. Other people can mirror it to you and say, this is how you love. You can't say, oh, give me that love. You have to be it to have it. It's a bitch. What are you guys talking about? Oh, shit, these comments are flying in here. You love the video Space Fart one? I want to talk about that one because that was honestly my favorite video I've done. So you think about having a future with a girl or what? Yeah, absolutely. We don't have a future. That's the thing with both of us. We just have right now. Like, neither one of us get tied up in the future bits. We're just like, this is beautiful. I offer myself to you. I offer myself to you. And both of us have even said, like, hey, like, I love you so much that you could walk out of my life right now, and I would have nothing but respect for you. Like, if there is somebody more fulfilling and better, like, I want you to have that. And both of us are like, yeah, absolutely. And so when you have that kind of give and love with no demand for the other to be anything different, all you can do is be free and in love together. And it's not the same as in love. Oh, I love you, Disney princess bullshit. It's you're in love with everything. And then when you are together, you are this exponential output of love. How do you feel secure in yourself? You just got to decide one day to be like, Fuck it. And then you got to practice. How old are your children? Rosie is 6, Sarah's youngest. Henry is 10, 10 and a half. Just turned 10 and a half. Nellie is 10. She's a few months behind Henry. And my daughter Nellie, and then my son Aiden is 13. And it's so fun when we all hang out. It's great. I was allowing myself to be in a situation that made me feel unhappy, and I just released a lot and feel good. Yeah, we do it to ourselves every single time. As soon as you let all that stuff go, it's gone. Is it easy to retrain your subconscious? Yeah. It's also painful because you kind of got to go into the pain of your old belief systems and things like that. I think the pain portal is a good thing, and pain is nothing more than an experience. We only make it suffering through our perspective. But when we enter into painful memories and past events and stuff like that, and we allow ourselves to process those into our current reality, it actually gives you a little injection of cortisol, which opens up neuroplasticity, and it helps you to unbond from the old past context and rebond into a new context of your moment. So it's easy enough. Tell me something good. You're a space fart. You're nothing but this infinitesimal little blip of atomic energy on a spinning little rock in an infinite void. What time is the group call? We got a men's call and a women's call. I don't remember which is which because Sarah manages all that stuff. We got a 10:30 a.m. and a 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think it's the men's call first. Just hit that website form up. We'll be doing more of them too. So if you're interested in the group call, or if you're interested in a one-on-one emotional alchemy session with myself or with Sarah, we are here. And Sarah just finished her last day of her old job on Friday, and we'll be doing this full time with me, and we're both very excited about it. So she's a force of healing and love in this universe. And if there are any women out there that are like, how do I embody the most powerful femininity that you've ever experienced in your life? How do I become the person that I want to attract? How do I get past all this stuff like that? And you want to work with somebody who will teach you that energy, like the most loving mother you've ever felt, hit Sarah up for a session, because she is something else. I can't seem to get out of the cycle of unhappiness. I know it's all me and it seems impossible. Yeah. I feel that. I've been there. A lot of people feel that, you know? How do we get out of that? And it's a practice. You get these emotional loops, right? And a lot of times it can be caused from, a lot of stuff comes up in our coaching calls, or it's not coaching, it's like emotional alchemy kind of coaching sometimes. It's just these like inner child wounds of these events that have happened in childhood, and you end up establishing an emotional pattern, like an emotional way of being. And then that just sticks with you for your whole life. And you just keep feeling that way and keep feeling that way until you're taught a new way to feel, a new way to be. And then you go, I can do that? So if you're really stuck, see if you can change your situation. See if you can do some different practices. This is when different spiritual practices come in handy. They are not the thing. You are the thing. But sometimes you get in there and meditate a little bit and you come up with more stuff. Oh, shit, I've been believing this about myself. Sometimes you do a little breath work and you feel something. Sometimes you do some yoga and you stretch it out and something releases in your body. Like, we hold emotions in our body. All those feelings you have are like subconscious memories. If you study any trauma stuff, Peter Levine's work, Body Keeps the Score, Bessel van der Kolk, In an Unspoken Voice, it talks all about it, and it shows, like, more scientifically than I can talk about it, how those traumas actually store in the bodies and the energy centers and stuff like that, Did you see Will Smith slap Wilma? No, I know who Will Smith is. I don't know who Wilma is, and I haven't had a TV since 1998, so I don't give a shit. We can also reincarnate into nothingness, which is not bad. We might be able to, but we don't know that. So I feel pretty good about reincarnation as it happens as being what happens after you die. Yeah, that's the most compelling evidence I've seen. You put my thoughts words. You put my thoughts into words in a way I wish I could every time this topic comes up. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I'm glad. Be here now. Yep. Does life get easier or harder as you reincarnate? We don't know. We're just a space fart. Just be in your moment. That's all you got. Because don't you only have a certain amount of lives? If only if you're a cat. Thoughts on Akashic records? Yeah, everything's real. I mean, we're in an infinite mush of quantum possibilities. Whatever you put your focus on will become. So if you got put your focus on, my Akashic records, and you read back into something, you feel back into something deeply, yeah, it's a whole possibility mathematically, every single fucking thing. And so then you're still left to translate it through your ego, like here in human school, like on Earth school, right? So you bring some feeling back from the Akashic record or some bullshit somebody told you, and you're like, this is the thing, and then it distracts you from being in this moment. And all that time you imagine, going way back in the Akashic record is a complete illusion. Like, where did your Akashic record start? Where did the second start? You're only in this moment. Your future doesn't exist, and your past is nothing but an electrochemical sensation pulsing through your body. So why are you going to get caught up in all that shit when you can have this moment and live in beauty? And then that keeps going, and that keeps going, Don't get caught up in all that. Go sniff a crystal. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death. Oh, dude, I love you. What's up, Don? My weekend was great, dude. Oh, you guys are blasting some stuff up here. Oh gosh. Okay, I can't go back on all these comments. It's just too far back. We're right here. Thank you for making videos. This helps a lot. I'm glad. Ram Dass was a great person to look into about reincarnation. I've been getting really into him lately. I like Ram Dass a lot. I consider him a guru. My friend Ram Dass a lot on the Duncan Trussell family hour, but I never looked into him. Oh, get my favorite lecture series of his right after he came back from India. Experiments in Truth. I've probably listened to that lecture series on Audible 10 times, and every time I've learned something profound and new. It is phenomenal. It's so good. Because Ram Dass never tells you to do anything. He's not like all this spiritual, if you do this secret teaching and some bullshit thing that you got to pay $20,000 for, then you can arrive. He's like, nah, just be here. And that's the answer. Because all of that other stuff is an illusion. He never tells you have to do anything. And to be here, you have to do some things like learn to accept yourself, and so spiritual practices can help. But the end game is just to be, because that's all you have, because everything outside of that is an illusion. And when I say be, that's still your egoic projection of beingness here in human school. So it's learning to let go, and it's learning to accept everything that is and finding it all beautiful. It's love. It's a state of embodied love. That's why it gets the big old Ram Dass eyes, How old were you when you had Nelly? I was 20, 30 something. I don't know. Oh, fuck. 10 years ago. So I was 20, 32, 33, something like that. 33-ish, maybe. I can't even remember how old I am, so... Great ages, 10-year-olds, all about friendship feelings. Oh, yeah, they're great. I love it. What exactly the pipeline I went down? Very insightful people, if you're open to it. That's exactly. Fear is a mind killer. We had some Dune references. Love that. Love that. Keep making Dune references. Have a great day. I'm going to sleep now. Yep. Get to sleep, Michael. Good morning, happy puppy. Who is the person you look up to? I don't know. Nobody. I appreciate all the people. But we're just space farts. So we just are, I have massive appreciation for some people. I don't know if I'd look up to anybody. Maybe look sideways to the guru that I see reflected, people like Ram Dass, people like my lovely Sarah, people, I don't know. But to look up to somebody is to say, this person is higher, I have to attain something to be, when you are that. Like anything you feel from seeing somebody else, it's that mirroring of others is you. Okay, we're talking about polishing nails for the first time. I quit heavy-duty food initiative. I painted my nails. Well, Nelly painted them. They look horrible. Fucking 10-year-olds, Like, they can't paint nails for shit. I'll chip it off. Probably some shit polish. Okay, anxiety. We're going to talk about that. Write down all those important books, but I don't want to miss any wisdom. Okay, I'll give you a couple books, or a lecture series on Audible, or anywhere you can get some audiobooks. Ram Dass, Experiments in Truth, phenomenal. Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now, great read. And Michael Singer, Not Surrender Experiment, Untethered Soul. Those three will get you in a good vibe. You know, also Dune. Read Dune. That one's fucking cool. Love it. Living in the present means the past is forgotten and the future is my creation. Yes. Yes. Tips for being in the present. Yes. I haven't listened to Jordan Peterson, no. Yeah. Yeah. Abraham's here now. I like that. Okay. Something about chiropractors. How do you get rid of anxiety? Anxiety is a feeling habit, right? You learn a way to be, and then you keep getting yourself into that loop because you keep running out into the feet. Something feels, your endocrine. This is what anxiety is. Your endocrine system is firing, which are your hormone systems, and it's giving you adrenaline and cortisol and things like that. So you go, right? It cramps you up. You feel that feeling, and then you're like, why do I feel that feeling? Oh shit, something's going to happen. And you look out into the future. Well, it usually starts from looking out into the future, or it starts from your parents looking way out into the future and then teaching you how to feel that way too. And so you're constantly looking out into the future, and you're going, oh, what's going to happen? And it works you up here, and then you get in this loop. It keeps triggering your amygdala, and you're fucked. So you got to break that cycle, right? You got to break that pattern. You got to break that habit of feeling that way. So a tip for just quickly breaking the habit, if you're in it, kills off any like anxiety patterns and things real quick, is the physiological sigh. So we're all going to pay attention real quick. We're going to learn a little breath work here, right? Super easy breath. You breathe a big deep breath, and this is like a physiological hack to stop the hormone loop. So it pulls your brain out of high alpha, which when you're in high alpha thought, your left hemisphere of your brain is slightly offline. You're in future thinking. Your right hemisphere goes highly active to get out of the situation. That's your fight, flee, freeze, or fawn response from an activated autonomic nervous system. So basically, you're fucking with your own brain in this. You're going to pull yourself down into low alpha thought through breaking the hormone cycle by doing this breath, which will then allow you to think for a moment and ground back into your moment here. So the anxiety's hitting. Just take a moment to breathe. You're going to do a 3-part breath. It's a big, deep breath in. Like imagine your lungs going all the way down to your asshole. You go, then a little breath on top, like pack in more air, and then an actual sigh out. Like the vibration here triggers your limbic system, and it helps everything to kind of like flush out. So you go, do that a few times, and you'll stop the cycle of hormones that are keeping your amygdala firing, keeping you in anxiety. And then you'll be able to think clearly. You're going to want to ground into your moment then. You know, pet the dog, take a bath, hug a tree, you know, do some cute shit like that and get calmed down. But that breath, you don't have to do the big sigh like if you're in your cubicle at work or if you're on a Zoom meeting and your microphone's on, you know. Don't do the big sigh part. Wow, thank you for the roses. Just go. You can do it like real gentle just while you're driving or just other people around, just like, you know, you don't just like bring it down a little bit so people aren't like, the fuck's going on over there? Let's see. Polish for nails. Daniel, do you believe in soulmates? The one is perfect person just for you? Nope. I think you're bullshitting yourself with some Disney princess stuff right there. Because your soulmate is you. Everybody is just a reflection of your internal state. Right? So if you find somebody, if you're looking to find a soulmate, oh, I need my soulmate. You're saying I'm not complete. Get in your damn moment and be the person that you desire to have, which is a give. I love you. No demand for return. I see you. I love you. I appreciate you. Because if you're always searching for some soulmate to complete you, you're always judging yourself. You're always saying, I am incomplete in this moment and you cannot be here now. It's the same thing with twin flames. It's different with twin flames. Twin flames is like a mathematic possibility. you find your twin flame, you find your exact like mathematical match, and you're going to be just every single wound will be triggered because that's all of your ego, right? It's the same thing as you, mathematically speaking. And it's just like looking at yourself in a mirror into every little dark space, and they'll just poke all your little wounds because they are your little wounds, you know? Now, if you're into that, get after it. But I don't know. I say be exactly the person that you desire to be, and then when you run into another person like the lovely Sarah here, ooh, gives me a tingle just thinking about it. And I only just saw her a couple hours ago. The reflection of that reminds you more to be, and then it's just this, you're just in love together. In love with each other, yeah, but that's on this like real baseline. You're in love with all. And then when you come together, it's like love to the second power, you know? It feels great. You dig my clips of my positivity. Yeah, my daughter painted my fingers when I was taking a nap. She was like, I was like half awake, and she was like, Dad, can I paint your fingernails? And I was like, yeah, okay. She did a really shitty job, but she's 10, you know? You'd think she'd have like pushed the cuticles back and buffed them a little bit, and they're all ridge looking and stuff, but I kind of like it. Becoming Supernatural is a good one too. Yep. Joe Dispenza, that's a good one. Yeah, so Experiments in Truth, Power of Now, Untethered Soul, Dune, and Becoming Supernatural is a good read. How can you get rid of paranoia, insecurities, and distrust? I have schizophrenia. I found in working with my... Thank you. It wasn't my birthday today, but it was my birthday recently when I made that video. I have found that schizoaffective disorder and a lot of mental illness things, working in clients, you know, bipolar and stuff like that. Even God, my brain just stopped. Anyway, so many mental disorders, like, I swear all of them, honestly, are products of trauma, right? At some point in the line, you learn to feel a certain way. Working with one gal who had she was diagnosed schizoaffective, her dad was diagnosed schizoaffective, and her family ran bipolar, and she was diagnosed bipolar, and she had experienced a bunch of rape traumas and things like that, and I was working with her in emotional alchemy sessions and feeling into these different traumas in her and clearing those things out in the sessions. It was like when she was triggered up into different personalities, it was like she was triggered up into the wounded, 8-year-old that had been assaulted, the wounded 15-year-old that had been assaulted. It was like she had different personalities, but it wasn't because she had different personalities. It was because the neurochemical responses of her brain, it had this like area kind of seared out, this feeling in her seared out, this feeling of being an 8-year-old and being attacked, this feeling of being a 15-year-old, feeling of being a 24-year-old and being attacked, right? And so if one context triggered it, she would act like the 8-year-old. She would act like the 14-year-old. And I saw this when a partner I had a while back who went into a PTSD episode and was acting like basically like a very angsty, angry, like 13-year-old girl when she had some big trauma stuff. And it's like, I almost don't believe in those diagnoses. I know that's like Western medicine. I'm just a guy in a pink hat, but it doesn't feel right. I really feel like all of that shit is just trauma. And I even worked with a guy, one of my clients who was a former minister, and he was an exorcist for the Catholic Church, and he had done over 3,000 exorcisms. And he's like, it's just trauma. It's like, it's not demons, it's not anything. And when those traumas pass through in a session, when you go into those dark spaces, it's like demons coming out sometimes, like all the feelings coming out. And so heal those traumas and just then see how your mental illnesses are doing, because I think those mental illnesses are a label that can really wound people, keep them stuck in it. All right, what's your opinion on the prophetic and your previous experience in the church? My opinion is nobody's following through with what the Bible says, and you got to kill the false prophets, because there's been all shit ton of prophecies out there, this and that and this and that, and it never comes true. And nobody ever kills anybody, so The Bible's bullshit. I feel like the labels can bring shame and will actually keep a person stuck in the illness. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. I was working with a guy who had been labeled autism, right? Low-grade autism his whole life. And Sarah and I both had worked with him and got to meet with him personally. And we were like, after meeting with him, we're like, he doesn't have autism. And Sarah's been an educator her whole life and used to work in special ed and has worked with like 17 different autistic kids like extensively for years, kind of thing like that, and like knows the energy and is tapped right in. And she's like, he doesn't have autism. And he was diagnosed autism. You know what he has is a bunch of traumas, a bunch of deep stuff from when he was a kid that wouldn't allow him to make eye contact with people because it was safe, would make him run away from people because it didn't feel safe, would make him hide or lash out and things because it didn't feel safe. And then school teachers in the system were like, oh, I don't like to deal with him, he's got autism. So fuck that noise and heal your traumas. It really is just trauma. There's nothing that's permanently wrong. Yep. Did you also see Will Smith smack Chris Rock? No. Is this one of those jokes like you're going to sock on these nuts or something like that? Because people keep saying that, and I don't watch TV. I got mentally ill when I was 18. I've been managing a discipline after that. Bro, Ricky, what happened when you were 18? Do you remember? Was there some big traumas, or did you have some big traumas in your life before that? Are there spaces in your life when it's kind of blanked out? Do you remember your childhood? Like, got to feel back into that stuff, you know? What's up, fellow beautiful soul? Feeling reserved due to past trauma comes off with anxiety. Anxiety is totally a trauma response. Absolutely. You can clear that stuff. Yeah, just get in it. Like, go read like Body Keeps the Score or In an Unspoken Voice. Those books are fantastic on trauma and how it holds in the body and stuff like that. If you need help working through this stuff and unpacking these old memories that store, that is exactly what I do in emotional alchemy work. That is what the lovely Sarah does. Oh, the lovely Sarah. Oh, I'm just tingling thinking about her. God. Whew. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. I'm going to get a boner on live. No, Will Smith slaps because he talked about Jada being bald now. Nice. That's awesome. Everybody needs a good slap in the face every now and then. Healing is the hardest but best. Yeah. At the Oscars. Oh, that's great. No, it's real. Hey, I don't care about the fucking Oscars, you guys. Like, come on. I'd watch Tony Hawk. That'd have been cool. But, you know, heal disease, cancer by controlling your blood. Yeah, there's definitely some evidence that you can shift your shit on that meta level. My whole life was very abusive, and my dad almost died, and that's what caused me to snap and lose it. Ricky. Brother. Dude, you're not schizoaffective. You just got some heavies in there, man. Like, you can heal that stuff. You can get out of it. Jump in a freaking group call, man. Come on in there. Yeah, Chris knew he deserved it. That was good. I'm glad he got slapped. I mean, I don't really know the story, but, you know, that's great. I love Will Smith. He's always seems like a real dude. And if Will Smith slapped me for saying something stupid, I'd be like, yeah, I totally deserve that. And that's a good plan, you know. Took skin cancer off my right temple by using strong vitamin C poultice. You're not constrained to Western medicine, and most of that's just guesswork anyway. And all that stuff they say in trauma and all the medical diagnosis is like 20 years behind the work that people are doing, especially in mental illness and stuff. I mean, it took them 20 years, over 20 years of work to get PTSD listed as an actual thing. Like, it was ridiculous how long people suffered before modern medicine, because it takes so long to get it like put in the books and like, okay, this is a standard practice. It's fucking stupid. And people are suffering with things that they'll suffer for the next 20 years because whatever dumbass diagnosis happened right now, and then give them a label, and they go, oh, I'm this, and then they drive themselves into those feelings even more. You can clear it. You don't have to live like that. What else do you all do? Yeah, what do you guys do? Poultice is like a wound care. You can make a poultice with clay or something like that, or mash it up in a little mortar and pestle, and like they used to use like moss and shit back in the olden days. They like put different herbs and things in it and then like stick it on something for a wound healing, or like mud, clay, and things like that. How do I feel about mushroom theory? Love it. Just did a really beautiful session with a client today. It was absolutely phenomenal. People are getting prescribed heavy stimulants for ADHD when they may just be depressed. Yeah, dude. I'm not a fan of. I'm a fan of dealing with these things on that meta level and healing yourself. I think that if you're in a state of you're so far out on one level or another, into like massive anxiety or wanting to kill yourself or in bipolar and things like that, like meds can bring you back into a state where you can balance, but then go do your practices. Go do your spiritual practice stuff, yoga and stuff like that. Go do your things of mindfulness. Heal your mind. And then it heals the feelings, because all of the feelings that you have, like what is bipolar but a feeling? Going into manic, going into a depressive state. Those are both feelings that you're having. And every feeling that you're having is created by your mind first. And I even say that the feelings are the subconscious. The feelings are the other 90% bandwidth of energy that is within you that we can look at on a Western scale, because your alpha consciousness is just, that's what you're thinking of and you're believing in. You're like, oh, I'm thinking about this. What book should I read? Will Smith slap somebody at the Oscars and stuff like that. Like that's alpha brainwave consciousness. But your heart's been beating this whole time. Your body's been doing exactly what cells are growing and dying. They know what to do. There's a consciousness in that as well. And you got 90% or more of brainwave activity that's not in your conscious mind. So what is that but these other energies and feelings going through your body, I'm glad that seeing you makes me happy. Mushroom therapy, like psilocybin therapy, magic mushrooms, things like that. Severe tinnitus from antidepressants. Yeah, you can definitely get that. I mean, that's like... God, it's like Western medicine it's a practice of medicine. It's not the fucking Bible. Everybody's practicing it. Let's see what this will do. Okay, I'm going to block this neural receptor. I'm going to change this chemical process in your body. Meanwhile, that chemical process was there for something that did something else, and then it fucks up something else. Right? Go to your food supply. Check what you're eating first. Check what you're putting in your body. What chemicals are you blocking with first? What kind of mindset do you have about life? Are you in positive thinking? Are you constantly in negative thinking? What did your parents think like? How did they teach you to be and to feel genetically, modeling it for you? What kind of traumas did you have? Like, get into that stuff first. And you don't end up with these nasty side effects. I mean, look at all these medicine commercials. It's like somebody's sitting in a tub and it's like, oh, you can... grow your toe back, and then, oh, but you might have explosive diarrhea and bleeding from the eyes, and everyone's like, yay, I'll take the medicine. All right. Any recommendations on how to get through a breakup? Well, you've got to let it go. You've got to start and decide, okay, I'm going to let this go. We are broken up. I'm going to move past this. You have to come to a point of decision, otherwise you'll never let it go. Allow yourself to grieve and ask yourself, what was I trying to get from this person that I was not creating within myself? Because while you're in that portal of pain, feeling those feelings, you'll be able to learn a new thing, because you will have open neuroplasticity from an injection of cortisol from your endocrine system. And that's when you can learn new things about yourself. How did you go finding help so you can expand your reach? Me? Finding help? I didn't have any money for help, so I just meditated, and when I had all my shit go down, and read a bunch of books and thought about it deeply and did some psychedelics and stuff like that, and just learned a new way to be. Now I teach other people how to do it. You don't actually need the psychedelics. They help. They can augment the process, but if you're not doing it in the right situation, they can fuck up the process too. So I don't recommend that as any kind of cure-all at all. Damn, I got to the end of the comments? That's what I'm going to call a Christmas miracle, guys. What do you guys want to talk about? Crystals? Did you know that crystals are just fully cooked rocks? fully cooked. There's a little spot in the earth, the crystal cooker, I call it. And when they're done, they're all cooking down there. They come out the little crystal hole. And then they go to the rock shop in Encinitas. And you buy them for exorbitant prices. Angel numbers in communication with the divine. Ooh. There's a little thing in your brain called the reticular activation system, right? Whenever you think about something, you will see that. Like if you think about a red car, you're going to see a red car. Every fucking time. Because your brain does that automatically. That's what the reticular activation system is. So when you think, oh, patterns of numbers mean something, 777, 444, 333, 999, 666, whatever, and you're going to see those patterns. Because life is nothing but geometry. Life is nothing but mathematics. Life is nothing but patterns. Everything is a pattern. And so you will pick those up because of your reticular activation system once you put your focus there. Whatever you put your focus on is what will be. So then we have these explanations and we say, oh, an angel number, an angel fart, yay. Baby Jesus gets his wings, you know. Everyone gets real excited about it. The only thing I've heard about angel farts that I like is when you see one of these patterns, because your simple reticular activation system has picked it up, is to say, I'm going to put myself in the state of whatever each one means to you. I'm going to say, yes, I will put my state of an embodied being of new life or of some type of beautiful thing, whatever that angel number means to you. But there is no particular significance in an angel fart number. It is just simply a pattern, just like everything else in life. Like, note the pattern of my shirt. Somebody could mathematically figure out the pattern of this shirt to be an angel fart. Like, it's just a pattern that your reticular activation system is picking up. It's part of the human experience. So they have no intrinsic meaning, but you can create meaning with them. So if you like them, you see a 777 or something like that, then manifest that in your reality, because you're manifesting your entire reality based on your thought process. Right? In communication with the divine, like what is the divine? But all, energy, the whole, God, spirits. You're still reading that through your ego. You're still reading that through your alpha lens of consciousness, or your alpha brainwaves of consciousness. That's your lens of understanding. So anytime you come up with something like, oh, this is God speaking to me through this thing or that thing, it's just you bullshitting yourself. And just get it back in your moment and be. And let go of all of the things. All of it. So you can be. And you can enjoy yourself. And you cannot stop thinking, you can keep thinking like, oh, once I find another angel fart, then I'm going to be okay. Is God talking to me? It's like Christians. It's like, oh, do I know God's will? Maybe if I like raise my hands and sing in church and jump around, then I'll feel a feeling, and they feel a little tingle. That's your damn nervous system. You can do that in a breathwork class. You can do that in Kundalini. You are energy from the meta level. That's why you're a space fart, everybody. You're just this little blip of energy, consciousness. And all of that energy you're just processing through your ego anyway. Your alpha brainwaves of consciousness. Okay. I love butter. Kerrygold, I like that stuff. Psychic empathy for social psychic? I don't know what that is. Empathy for studying is false, so you everything all the time. Comedian? Maybe? Can people place these thoughts for you, such as a red car? I mean, you're the one doing everything for you. You're the one having your thoughts. Nobody can make you think a thought. Right? Now, somebody can cast a spell on you, and they can say, oh, you're a dick. And you're like, oh, fuck, I'm a dick. If you believe it, yeah, it works. But if you're like, no, I'm not going to hold that. Here I am in this moment, where you're grounded in the center. It doesn't work. And where attention goes, energy flows. That's why you got to create awareness around your traumas and stuff, because that energy is flowing in the subconscious attention. You're feeling it. I got a feeling. You don't know what it is until you really like get in there and sit with that pain and learn to be uncomfortable in your discomfort. And then you can bring that up to alpha brainwaves and reprogram the way you feel about life by the way you think about life. If people enjoy their angel fart, that's more love happening, and I love it for them. Yeah, I'm fine with the angel farts. I'm not LA based. I'm in Southern California, Encinitas. It's just right above San Diego. The 4 Agreements. I like the 4 Agreements. They seem nice. I read that book a couple times. I don't remember what they all are, though. I think I just live my life like that. So, yeah. Thoughts on brain-gut connection? Yeah, it's all connected. Oh, the Bible? Oh, don't get me started. I could rant on that for hours. Brain-gut connection, it's all connected. You've got some big old vagus nerve situation going on in your nervous system. It is. And it's also your sacral chakra, right? So the chakra system is your energy centers of your body. That's where your memories and energies are stored, and these subconscious things. That's where the endocrine system fires their hormones, and they have a little nerve bundle within your spinal column from Eastern to Western medicine, right? Eastern tradition's like, oh, you got these colors, chakras. And Western medicine's like, yeah, we got a nervous system, we got the nerves go here, and the nerve bone's connected to the other nerve bone, and stuff like that. But it's all the same thing. So your brain and your gut are highly connected simply by the fact that it's connected. And also that sacral energy center is a big one. And that's the one we have a lot of problems with, because that's where like a lot of anxiety and stuff happens. It triggers in that heart space too, but it also causes all of those gut diseases that every single 30-year-old woman has, and all of those different stuff like that. So serotonin and the gut have strong connections. Yep, absolutely. Thoughts on overthinking? Stop doing it. Because overthinking is just anxiety, and you're going into a future that doesn't exist, and you're fucking up your moment. Your moment is the thing creating your future. So if you just learn to ground into your moment, you won't be overthinking. Thoughts on ice baths? Fantastic, really great practice for body hacking. There are two things that I really love about ice baths. One, when you're done with an ice bath, you have like a 200 increase in your dopamine levels. You actually have, I don't remember the exact micrograms, but you basically, once you do an ice bath like proper, like you have more of a dopamine release than you would snorting a bunch of lines of coke. So you can just kind of put that in context, so you feel amazing afterwards. It absolutely does a whole bunch of beautiful chemical processes in your body. It burns some brown fat, and increases all the happy hormones, things like that. You have all sorts of energy. It activates your nervous system. The thing I really like about it is to be able to conquer an ice bath is the same to be able to conquer some bullshit in life. When it hits you and you're like, and it pushes you into anxiety or depression or whatever. But if you can sit in the discomfort of that thing in life, just you can sit in the discomfort of the ice bath, it's the same as a bad trip on psychedelics. You say, okay, I surrender to this. It takes about 90 seconds to pass those hormones through your body. And so if you can sit for 90 seconds within a mental state of saying, no, I'm okay, this serves me, you learn to control your experience in your autonomic nervous system, which is exactly how you feel. So ice baths are great. God, the Bible. Should I talk about that? Human design, love it. I'm a manifester. It's good. Talking to water, yeah. I mean, we see these studies of putting your intent out there. I mean, everything on that meta level. When you get down into quantum mechanics and you look at all the quarks and stuff in between, all of the protons and the neutrons or whatever they are in the nucleus of the atom with these little electrons spinning around it, which is nothingness. You see these events of quantum tunneling. You see these events of something being able to spin this way and that way at the exact same time. It doesn't make any fucking sense. That's why you're a space fart. So if you're talking to water, you're putting your intent into it, right? You're just channeling your energy into it, your awareness into it, and probably changes something on that subatomic level. Because we see in quantum mechanics, whatever we look to expect, whatever our expectation is, what's going to happen. Like, that's why your body is the way it is, because you expect it to be that way on a genetic level. That's why your life is the way that is, because you expect it to be that way. That's why limiting stories and self-belief systems and lack of self-love cause you to be limited and not love yourself. So you change your mind and you change your reality. You go talk to water, it probably changes the reality of the water, You can see those rice experiments where you don't even have to say anything. You can put some wet rice in 3 different jars. You can hate one, you can leave one alone, and you can love the other one. Just like thinking, I love you. Like, you can do it yourself. Give it 3 months. Put it in different spaces in the house. One, say I love you. One, say I hate you. Don't say another thing to another one. And they will mold at different rates. The one that you say love that's probably usually just fine. The one that's hate is usually all black and nasty. The one that's left alone is just normal molding process from the natural stuff happening. Oh, you're welcome for the live. Ozone aliens. Yeah. I bet. My father and I were diagnosed with Huntington's last year, and it's very obvious that he's sick. I do not know what Huntington's is. I'm going to have to look that up. I can't believe somebody asked something I didn't have a thing for. I'm assuming it's probably like an autoimmune disease. Autoimmune diseases always come from a state of mind. All those things that Western medicine can't figure out. I healed psoriasis, a bunch of psoriasis spots on my body through changing my emotions and healing my emotions. But can I use my mentally ill breathing to not develop mentality and breathing to not develop symptoms? Highly likely. And we get trauma passed down through our family line, genetically and energetically modeled to us. So it could be some trauma stuff too. Which trauma is just not being okay in your experience because you learned some energetic way of being, which is a feeling, which is in your nervous system, you know. Sunblock, maybe. I worry. Me? I had some sunblock on today. I used the zinc stuff. My skin actually had a lot more like kind of little spots and weird things on it. And then I stopped using sunscreen. I got a lot of sun today. I was out in the sun a lot today, so I'm probably sunny. I feel hot. I did put some zinc stuff on to block some UVs, knowing that I'd be out in the sun a lot today. Normally I'm not out in the sun all day. It's like Parkinson's or dementia. Okay. Those are both things. Look up, okay. Look up Anthony Williams medical median. Google search Anthony Williams medical median Huntington's disease. See what he has to say. I think that would be a good avenue for you to go. Control of emotions and feelings. Okay. Be in your moment. Your emotions are nothing more than electrochemical sensation. Your feelings are nothing more than hormones hitting your body through a thought process. So learn to sit in the discomfort of that and to breathe. 90 seconds, those things will pass through, mechanically speaking. Stay centered. Don't let them overwhelm you. Don't let them be your experience. Just have an experience with them. Do not let them to become you. And you train yourself out of those emotional ruts. You train yourself to be in your moment and not let yourself buy into something that is coming from a thought process. Now, if it's a chronic thing, an emotion or feeling, it might be rooted in some big, heavy energy like trauma and things like that, and then go do your work. Everything we experience creates an emotion. Oh, here's another book. Yeah, Energy in Motion. It's called our sixth sense or primal sense. Emotion is energy in motion, right? It's a feeling moving through you. What was I saying? I just said something and it's gone now. Fuck. Love your content. Makes me think things I wouldn't. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You're welcome for some wisdom. How our thoughts are not a reality. Oh, a book. For people that are interested in hippie shit, like how to do the work. There's a really great book called How to Do the Work. And that's how to get in on that emotional stuff. I don't remember the lady's name. It's a brilliant book. I read it and I was like, this is a really good book. So look up How to Do the Work. And you'll find some answers in there. That's a good one. How are thoughts not reality? I don't know what you're asking there, but I have this nice guitar here, so let's play a song, kids. I'll still answer some questions while I play. And if you just tuned in recently and you need some help with your emotional bullshit, anxiety, whatever, traumas, blanked out stuff, trying to reprogram some negative self-stories, not being able to feel love within yourself, stuff like that. Hit up my website, it's danieltyack.com, fill out the contact form, boop, 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 tell me what's up, and the lovely Sarah here, that beautiful thing, will book a call with either myself or with the lovely Sarah, who is a wonderful person to do emotional alchemy with as well. And amazing if you are a woman and you maybe don't feel empowered. Maybe you don't feel like you have your voice. You don't know how to be the person you desire to be. She can teach you the ways of the woman because she melts my mind with her womanness, and she is something else. What advice would you give someone who is healing from narcissistic abuse? Oof. very narcissistic partner for 11 years. And I thought I was bullshit. It's a toughie. You really get stuck in these patterns of feeling. I would say, pretend that you have a child. Maybe you do. And anytime you feel some yuck, be like, if I was offering advice to this child, what would I tell them? How to feel. And then try to practice feeling that way. To reprogram all of the feelings that were like gaslit onto you and things like that. What about energy in between persons on interaction? Yeah, you definitely pick up everybody's vibe. That's a thing. That's why energetic boundaries are good, of knowing yourself truly and deeply and knowing exactly who you want to be, who you desire to be. And then when that stuff comes at you, you're like, oh, that's theirs to carry. This is not mine. I do not accept this. It's coming at you. Nope. I was doing some crazy transmuting of a client's stuff today. I was weeping, feeling his energy. It was like tears he didn't know how to weep, like racking sobs from childhood, energy coming through, just absolutely like almost throwing up kind of weeping, like heavy stuff for a while. Probably a good solid 15 minutes of it. And I was feeling his energy intentionally, allowing it to transmute through me because I know how to do that, let it go and not hold it. So I was intentionally picking up his energy for him and pulling it through in this session we were doing. So you can absolutely let it go. You don't have to hold on to it. Asking it shall be given. Great book on becoming emotionally aware. Have an open mind reading it too. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna take Paul's advice there. Best way to express emotions. I'd go like this. No, I'm kidding. I don't ever do that. Depends. What do you mean by that? Like telling someone what's on your mind, or you feel something. Ugh. For me, I tend to go into stillness to clear things and just to feel it deeply and like imagine it like draining out into becoming clear and free feeling and open. My lovely Sarah has a very feminine practice of like moving, like she'll just like dance around for a little bit, like move it out of her body, doing yoga or something like that. It's different things, different structure, different folks. How to do the work is on YouTube. Nice. Hi, Nikki Patterson 763. Your take on synchronicities. Everything's a mathematical possibility. Everything is here right now, energetically speaking, as far as being a mathematical possibility atomically on the quantum level. So maybe the thing that you were feeling that was supposed to be, because it is at this moment, then manifested, and then you're like, oh, how synchronous. It gets real fuckery out there. That's why you're a space fart. People project their own insecurities on you. Oh yeah, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's why everybody, like, if you don't transmute your pain, you will transmit it on everybody. If you don't learn to heal your shit, you'll always put it on everybody else. Because it's like a wound, you know what I mean? It's like some pain in you, and then they're just them being like touches it, you go, lash out. You know, fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Different like response mechanism of the autonomic nervous system. Do I believe in collective consciousness? Yeah. There's definitely an energy to things. I mean, putting a collective intent. I mean, I pick up even collective. I've come up with some wacky ass like meditating or thinking about stuff philosophically, some real like interesting phenomena. Like that seems like it's right, you know, like feeling into some philosophy. And speaking of synchronicities, you know, it's like, and a collective consciousness, and I'll be like, yeah. And then I'll like go in a bookstore and pick up a book and like flip to a page, and I'm like, holy fuck, like somebody wrote this down in a book. And long ago I realized like, oh, it's all just the same information. Like I just kind of tap into it, just like anybody who writes a book taps into the same information that's been written down millions and millions of times through the eons, you know, in whatever form or another. Because all of that is right now, energetically speaking. Try all sorts of meditative practices. Mitch and Max develop one that's your own. Yeah, it's all subjective. Yeah, yep. Listen to this guy Paul here. He seems like a good guy. Do I follow you, Paul? Are we friends? Paul's getting a follow. Keeps saying smart things. God damn it, TikTok, you little bitch. Let's try this. Oh my gosh. Oh man, everything's just going to hell here. Canadian. He's a Canuck. How do I stop being a people pleaser? I always want to fix things. Any advice? Ooh, that comes from parental conditioning. How did your mom act? How did your dad act in relationships? What were your parents' relationships? How did you learn how to love? There was a great book called Love Sense, Sue Johnson. Look into that one. Read up on how you learned how to love, the pattern of it. And then you'll see, and also that book, How to Do the Work I mentioned. It's always patterns. You learn it from somebody. Will you write a book? I just write TikToks, you know? I'll do a book someday. It'll be fun. I still got like skating to do, and there's like 500 TikTok videos. You can just watch all that shit, pick it up. It's fine. And your perspective is hookup culture negative to spirituality? No. I think there's a lot more depth to life than that. But you are spirit. Every time you fuck anybody you want, that's spirituality right there. How can you not be energy? How can you not be spirit? Yeah, you're passing energy back and forth in that, you know. You pick up a certain karma, you go bang some loony, and you're gonna pay. Like, they're always gonna be hounding you. There's your karma. It's a bitch. Rather negative in general. I'm not sure how to ask this. Yeah, you'll learn your lessons from it. You'll be like, that's not really like fulfilling me, you know. But you gotta do it to figure it out, you know. Millions of people use this platform, yet here we are listening to your wisdom, your perspective. Yeah. It's a beautiful collection of energy. Look at us. Look at us. Thanks for the blessings. Appreciate that. Guys, it's 10. I worked for hours today with a client, and I'm getting a little tired. I'm a little tie-tie, you know? Would you like a song? Oh, I was going to do a little spell. This is the bullshit spell. This is letting go of your bullshit. You see this? This is the bullshit candle. It's going to suck up all your bullshit and burn it up. I promise. So you listen to me. I'll play a little guitar after this. All ye all bitches out there, judging yourself, sitting in your stories, feeling your trauma, give it to this candle here. Let it go. Be a new person in every moment. And as this candle burns down, it's going to clear that shit. And you're going to feel a new person in every moment. Clear it through, let it go, become a new person. Your very atomic level. Put it all right here. Put your intention into this candle right now. All of you. Say, all this bullshit I've been holding on to. All of these negative self-stories, all of this anxiety, this depression. I'm going to give it to Daniel's candle there. And it's going to burn up. And I'm going to become a new person in every moment as this clears out of me. Put your intent into it. Make it like a prayer. Cast a spell. I give that candle my bullshit. And poof. I'll deal with it. Don't worry. I got you guys. Burn that shit up. That's the bullshit candle spell. You can write that one down if you want. It's going to clear it out. You guys are going to be A-okay. You know? Brian's here. I'm going to play you a song, Brian. Put you to sleep. Go to sleep, Brian. Yes. We're all in an alternate reality at the same time that you're in whatever reality you are creating. Losing some friends. Man, I've lost a lot of friends before. I really like that Will Smith slapped a guy. I'm pretty cool with that. Losing friends is okay. Sucks. But you actually learn stuff. And then you get to become a new person. A person that would not lose those friends, you know? Super cringy. I love making people cringe. That's enough for you guys. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, just gotta have a little peace in the live, kids. Thank you for the roses. Someone's random. Exactly where it needs to be. Yup. Yep. Every moment is exactly where it needs to be. Yeah, you guys are all exactly where you need to be. Just enjoy it. Life. Yup. Right? Yeah, okay. Just real quick, since you guys are all a space fart. Right now. Oh my gosh, deep confidence issues. Oh, I'm so tired. You can like work through those old conditioning and things like that. Find out where it's coming from, feeling down deep into it, you know? I'm glad that made you feel great. If you guys are having some problems, hit my website up, fill out the form, be like, I'd like an emotional alchemy session, or if you need to, you don't have a bunch of money and you need to do a group session, we're doing group sessions too for less. So just be like, I need some help. A lovely Sarah will talk to you, whichever one she is, this one. And then she'll either book a call with me or with her and work it out, or set you up with one of the group sessions and help you learn how to deal with your shit. And remember, send all your bullshit into the candle. All that fear, all that anxiety. When is the group session? We got Sarah's setting up a men's group and a women's group. She thought that would kind of be the best. And then we'll both be hosting them both together. They have one, I can't remember which one is which. 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So let's just remember a little thing about the moment. All you have is this moment. All of the feelings that you don't like about this moment that are giving you anxiety or depression are electrical chemical sensations pulsing through your body based on a thought process of a memory of past, or possibly a fear of future, or maybe just planning way out into the future. But when it comes to the quantum reality of the fact that you are just a space fart, all you have is this moment, and this moment is created through your expectation and your understanding of the way things should be. All of your anxiety is going into the future, all of your depression is living in the past. And all of those are just feelings that you are having in this moment. And you can do nothing to change your moment, but to change your moment, and to be a new person. To not live in those depressive feelings and regrets of the past, but to choose to consciously let those go, and to be here right now. To consciously choose to not worry about all that future stuff, which doesn't fucking exist, and the only way you can get into that proverbial future state is by living in your moment. So if you don't want to fuck up your future, by fucking up your moment, stop fucking up your moment. It helps to remember that you're just an infinitesimal space fart with vibrations happening on a tiny little rock spinning through an infinite void. And your entire reality is created through your mindset and your thought processes and your perspective. Just think about that one for a little while. You're only right here, and that's all you can do. You're sober because of me? Man, that makes me feel kind of tingly. That's awesome. Can you tell me that story? Damn it, these comments are whack. Listen to me. I want you to tell me that story. I just followed you so you can tell me. All right, kids. It's time for Daniel to go to some alternate reality in dreamland. knows? Maybe you guys are in a dream right now. You ever think about that? Do you think about that? And maybe you're in a dream. You're just taking it all real seriously, but it's just a dream. You should think about that. You know? I cannot play under the bridge. Amber's been thinking about that. She knows what's up. All right, guys. I love you all dearly. My intention is to come on lives in the evenings. Like tomorrow evening. And then the tomorrow after that evening. And probably the tomorrow after that evening. Whichever evenings those are. Until then, can't go live, but I love to tell my story sometimes. Yeah, I dig that, dude. I want to hear it. Just shoot me a little quickie on the messages. Like, I don't want to do the whole, like, I hate the TikTok messages so much. Your TikToks are on, like, my TikToks are lifting and have introduced me. Yeah, Chill Hop Jazz is the jam. Hey, Isaac, hit up that website form on my website, and then you can, like, type it out and be like, here's my story. I just want to hear it, dude. That's pretty cool. And I love you all dearly. Thanks for hanging out. Hit me up if you need any help. Love you, Sarah, as well. And pull out your bullshit out of the candle. Do it again right now. Any bullshit you're feeling, send it to that candle. It'll burn it up. Start reprogramming right now in this moment, because that's all you have. Love you guys.